My name is Gwen Furman. I am not a veteran myself. Instead, I am here to speak to you today on behalf of a veteran who is no longer with us. His name was Sergeant Denville Dale Adams, but to me he was just known as Grandpa Dale. He served in World War II with the 82nd Field Artillery 1st Cavalry Division from 1938 until 1944, but it is what he did when he came home that matters most today. He was National Adjutant of the Disabled American Veterans, also known as the DAV, from 1962 until 1988. And during his time as leader of that organization, he fought tirelessly for the rights of veterans, regardless of their gender or skin color, and regardless of what theater they served in. Thanks to his leadership, PTSD and Agent Orange victims are able to receive treatment at the VA today. And thanks to his leadership, the VA exists as a cabinet-level agency. He has many accomplishments, but they're too numerous to list here. But what I am here to do is tell you that the Trump regime is tearing down everything that he built. Veterans are being fired from their federal jobs, their health care is being taken away, and their health care providers are being fired en masse. This is an outrageous overstep of executive power, and it is just one of the many reasons why we are tumbling ass over tea kettle into fascism. I am here to give you my solemn vow as a disabled civilian activist that I will refuse to allow Grandpa Dale's legacy to be destroyed. I will continue to fight for the freedom, dignity, healthcare, and rights of everyone in America, veteran or civilian, regardless of skin color, religion, gender, orientation, disability, or creed. And I ask you to join me. Don't let what my grandfather did go to waste.
My name is Jay Ryan. I'm a veteran from the United States Army. I served in 1985, 1988 Fort Polk, and I also served in support of Desert Storm. I served in country, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia, 1991. I also am a DoD civilian. 20 years of service. I'm retired now. But I set an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States, and I intend to fulfill that oath. I'm deeply disappointed as to where we are today. Our country's always stood for freedom, always stood for justice, has always stood for equal opportunity. That's not where we're heading.
Hello, Sons of Liberty. My name is Anthony, and I served 2 years stateside in the U.S. Army from 2010 to 2012 at Joint Base Lewis McChord. I hate Donald Trump because of everything that he stands for and the fact that he is ruining this once great country that I know and love. Thank you.
Rob Bresson, Corporal, United States Marine Corps. I'm against this administration because their policies go against my fundamental beliefs as a veteran and an American. I'm for inclusion, not exclusion. I'm for love, not hate. I believe our strength comes from our diversity and our ability to learn from each other. I believe in actually protecting our children. I'm a gun owner that believes in responsible gun control laws. I believe in collaboration over authoritarianism. Most of all, I believe in unity, not division.
I am Brian Sargis, retired Coast Guard Marine Science Technician, and I also served in the Navy in Europe, Central America, our territories in California and Alaska. I opposed treason for obvious reasons. It destroys our country, as well as fascism.
I am retired Master Sergeant Chad Rogers. I served in the United States Air Force from 1992 to 2013. I swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I will not sit idly by while this administration cozies up to a dictator and treats Russia like an ally under the guise of peace treaty. I will not sit idly by while this administration erases the history of my brothers and sisters in arms under the guise of DEI removal. I will not sit idly by while this administration guts the VA and keeps needed care and treatment for myself and fellow veterans under the guise of government efficiency. I will not sit idly by, and neither should you.
Hello, my name is Jeff Raybuck, I served in the U.S. Army for 20 years, retired. I also was a public school teacher for 18 years, served as an air defense artilleryman, and the reason that I am upset is because I don't like fascism, I don't like what Trump is doing to our country, and I don't believe we deserve a king. Trump also has zero qualities that I admire.
My name's Charles Allen from South Carolina. I'm a retired U.S. Air Force veteran. I was a Russian linguist in the U.S. Air Force and then a government contractor after I retired in 2018. I am currently overseas with an effort to help Ukraine. That has now stopped because of what is going on in our government. Russia has infiltrated our government. There is no lie, it's blatant and it's right in front of our face. It's following what Putin did in Russia, and now it's happening in the U.S., which I never thought I'd see. I wish you the best. I will donate everything I can to help your effort. Thank you for being a patriot and taking this on. God bless.
United States Air Force veteran here. I served in Saudi Arabia and Anchorage, Alaska. The reason I am anti-Trump and anti-fascist is because most of my peacetime service was spent monitoring Russian aggression. I spent countless hours in toxic megahertz frequencies in the FLR9 that eventually gave me cancer, which I beat. But here we are with a president who is now up Putin's ass. And what was my service even for?
My name is Richard Van Horn, Staff Sergeant, United States Army. I served from 2003 to 2012. During that time I did 3 tours to Iraq. I did not go over there to fight a dictator to come home and have my rights stripped away by one. I am absolutely against everything Trump stands for.
I served in the Army from 2008 to 2012 and was deployed to Afghanistan. I'm tired of these GOP traitors, cowards, liars, and thieves pretending they care about veterans even as they cut all of our programs. And I did not put on a uniform to have some Russia-friendly politicians dismantle our country.
I'm former Army Staff Sergeant Tim Greenwood, and I'm going to march in D.C. on the 14th for this guy, PFC Marvin Cohen. He was in the Army. He marched across Africa, Italy, and Germany and helped liberate camps. He fought fascism so that we wouldn't have to. I'm going to step up, and I hope you step up too.
I'm just a high school dropout who ran off in 1965 to join the Army. As a medic in Germany, eventually awarded a direct commission in the Air Force. That Russian asset in the White House is wrecking the government and carrying out his pledge to destroy the Constitution. Ain't gonna happen. Our nation's on the verge of rebellion right now. Will it be bloodless? We'll see.
I'm Rick White-Cotton. I served in the Navy. I entered in 1978 and I exited in 1988. And I was on a submarine. This is a picture of me and my mates on a submarine in my division, the Reactor Control Division.
Take it down. There we go. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. And I tell you, I'm really opposed to all of these things that are going on right now. It's number one, it's chaotic. That doesn't make any sense. These things are already allocated by law, by Congress. I'm completely opposed to just somebody that's a civilian just saying, no, we're just not going to go do that. Second is, veterans are being hurt far more with these reductions in force and these firings, these indiscriminate firings that are going on across the whole government right now. And the Veterans Affairs Department and the disabled veterans, they're being hurt worst of all. So their own department's hurt, and the people that work there, many of them are veterans, they're being hurt, and it's going to demolish us.
Specialist Seychow, U.S. Army Reserves. I'm here standing against fascism, Nazis, domestic terrorists, and the 1%. I stand for justice and upholding the Constitution.
Let me tell you what leadership is. Leadership is taking care of your people. Leadership is making sure no one gets left behind. And the leadership we have right now in the White House and in Congress is not leadership at all. They don't know what a fucking leader is. So on March 14th, This combat vet served in Iraq, and now I'm going to Washington, D.C. with other vets.
Second class petty officer, U.S. Navy, United States Navy. Donald Trump, this is a message for you. Quit kissing Putin's ass. You are a pathetic, disgraceful excuse for a president, and you don't belong there. J.D. Vance, you don't belong there either, you eyeliner wearing little bitch. And as for you, Elon Musk, you need to take a fucking hike. You have no business in the goddamn White House at all. You haven't done shit for this country, and you never will. You're just a rich prick that come from South Africa. Get out of my country.
My name's Sherry, and I'm a disabled veteran. I served as a cryptologic linguist for just under 10 years in the United States Army, and my oath did not end when I received my DD-214. I swore an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. The Constitution, not a president, not any politician, not any one person. The United States fought a war to not have a king, and we're certainly not going to have a dictator. Since Donald Trump got into office, he has sown more discord than we have seen in a very long time. He's telling you who to hate, not to embrace and find community with your neighbors, but who to hate. Because while we fight with each other, he is doing things to dismantle our government and, quite frankly, wipe his backside with the Constitution. He is alienating our friends, our allies, and he is making friends with people that are actively against us. Vladimir Putin? Does anybody think that that's a smart idea? Look, we're heading into dangerous territory, and it is never too late to come to the right side. We have disagreements, we have differing opinions. That's what makes us great. Don't let a narcissist go and manipulate you into hating the people that you should be embracing. Please. We've seen the layoffs. 80,000 people at the Department of Veterans Affairs in just the last week. That's not right. And not just because I'm a veteran. This shouldn't be happening to any of our citizens. When you're fired, you should be fired because of you not doing a good job. Not to cause disruption and disorganization in our country. Please stand up for what's right while you still can.